Welcome to Wonderslate. Subscribe to our Telegram channel given in the description to updates and study materials. Topic for today's quiz is General Awareness, Indian Politics, Set 1. Question number 1. The Parliament of India cannot be regarded as a sovereign body because Option A. It can legislate only on subjects entrusted to the centre by the Constitution. Option B. It has to operate within the limits prescribed by the Constitution. Option C. The Supreme Court can declare laws passed by Parliament as unconstitutional if they contravene the provisions of the Constitution. Option D. All of the above. The correct answer is Option D. All of the above. Question number 2. The name of the Laccadive, Minicoy and Amindivi Islands was changed to Lakshadweep by an Act of Parliament in Option A. 1970. Option B. 1971. Option C. 1972. Option D. 1973. The correct answer is Option D. 1973. Question number 3. The members of the Rajya Sabha are elected by Option A. The people. Option B. Lok Sabha. Option C. Elected members of the Legislative Assembly. Option D. Elected members of the Legislative Council. The correct answer is Option C. Elected members of the Legislative Assembly. Members of Rajya Sabha are elected by the elected members of the Assemblies of States and Union Territories in accordance with the system of proportional representation by means of the single transferable vote. Question number 4. The members of the Panchayat are Option A. Nominated by the district officer. Option B. The electorates of the respective territorial constituencies. Option C. Nominated by local self-government minister of the state. Option D. Nominated by the block development organization. The correct answer is Option B. The electorates of the respective territorial constituencies. The members of Gram Panchayats, Panch of Gram Kutchahari, members of Panchayat Samiti and Zilla Parishad are elected directly by the electorates of the respective territorial constituencies through universal adult franchise. Question number 5. The power to decide an election petition is vested in the Option A. Parliament. Option B. Supreme Court. Option C. High Courts. Option D. Election Commission. The correct answer is Option C. High Courts. The power to decide an election petition is vested in the High Courts. Question number 6. The present Lok Sabha is the Option A. 13th Lok Sabha. Option B. 14th Lok Sabha. Option C. 15th Lok Sabha. Option D. 16th Lok Sabha. The correct answer is Option D. 16th Lok Sabha. The results of the election were declared on the 16th of May 2014. The Bharatiya Janata Party of the NDA achieved an absolute majority with 282 seats out of 543, 166 more than previous 15th Lok Sabha and now is 16th Lok Sabha. Question number 7. The pension of a High Court judge is charged to the Option A. Consolidated Fund of India. Option B. Consolidated Fund of the state where he last served. Option C. Consolidated funds of the different states where he has served. Option D. Contingency Fund of India. The correct answer is Option A. Consolidated Fund of India. The salaries and allowances of the judges of a high court are charged on the Consolidated Fund of the state. The pension of a High Court judge is charged on the Consolidated Fund of India and not the state. Question number 8. The minimum age to qualify for election to the Lok Sabha is: Option A, 25 years. Option B, 21 years. Option C, 18 years. Option D, 35 years. The correct answer is Option A, 25 years. Article 84(b) of Constitution of India provides that the minimum age for becoming a candidate for Lok Sabha election shall be 25 years. Similar provision exists for a candidate to the Legislative Assemblies via the Article 173(b) of the Constitution read with Sec. 36(2) of the RP Act, 1950. Question number 9. The number of writs that can be prayed for and issued by the Supreme Court and or a High Court is: Option A, 3. Option B, 4. Option C, 5. Option D, 6. The correct answer is Option C, 5. There are 5 major types of writs, viz: habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, quo warranto and certiorari. Each of them has different meaning and different implications. In India, both Supreme Court and High Court have been empowered with writ jurisdiction. Question number 10. The Parliament exercises control over Council of Ministers, the real executive, in several ways. Which one of the following has been wrongly listed as a method of control over executive? Option A, questions. Option B, supplementary questions. Option C, adjournment motions. Option D, none of the above. The correct answer is Option D, none of the above. The Parliament keeps a day-to-day watch over the activities of the executive. As ours is a parliamentary system of government, the executive is responsible to the Parliament for all acts of omissions and commissions. The Parliament may remove a cabinet out of power by a vote of no confidence. It may reject a bill or a budget proposal of the cabinet. Question number 11. The members of Lok Sabha hold office for a term of: Option A, 4 years. Option B, 5 years. Option C, 6 years. Option D, 3 years. The correct answer is Option B, 5 years. The term of Lok Sabha is 5 years and election are held usually after every 5 years only when there is war and a situation when the country is facing any sort of emergency, and that too in election year. The elections may be deferred for some period of time, and in case of Rajya Sabha a member is elected for a period of 6 years, and after every 2 years election are held for those seats where members have completed their 6 years terms, and usually some members are repeated who do not get elected for Lok Sabha, who are usually seen as members of the parties. Question number 12. The Parliament of India can make use of the residuary powers. Option A, at all times. Option B, only during national emergency. Option C, during national emergency as well as constitutional emergency as well in a state. Option D, none of the above. The correct answer is Option A, at all times. The Parliament of India can make use of the residuary powers at all times. Question number 13. The Preamble says that the state in India will assure the dignity of the individual. The Constitution seeks to achieve this object by guaranteeing: Option A, equal fundamental rights to each citizen. Option B, the right to adequate means of livelihood to each individual. Option C, just and humane conditions of work to each individual. Option D, equal wages for equal work to each individual irrespective of sex. The correct answer is option A. Equal fundamental rights to each citizen. The Preamble to the Constitution of India records the aims and aspirations of the people of India which have been translated into the various provisions of the Constitution. A preamble means the introduction to the statute. The objectives before the Constituent Assembly were to constitute India into a sovereign democratic republic and to secure its citizens justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. Question number 14. The minimum age of the voter in India is option A. 15 years, option B. 18 years, option C. 21 years, option D. 25 years. The correct answer is option B. 18 years. The 61st Amendment of the Constitution of India, officially known as the Constitution, 61st Amendment, Act, 1988, lowered the voting age of elections to the Lok Sabha and to the legislative assemblies of states from 21 years to 18 years. Question number 15. The members of a state commission can be removed by the option A. Governor on a report by the Supreme Court, option B. Governor on a resolution passed by Parliament, option C. President on a report by the Supreme Court, option D. President on a resolution passed by Parliament. The correct answer is option C. President on a report by the Supreme Court, subject to the provisions of Clause 3. The chairman or any other member of a public service commission shall only be removed from his office by order of the President on the ground of misbehavior after the Supreme Court, on reference being made to it by the President, has, on inquiry held in accordance with the procedure prescribed in that behalf under Article 145, reported that the chairman or such other member, as the case may be, ought on any such ground to be removed. Question number 16. The members of the Rajya Sabha are option A. Directly elected by the people on the basis of universal adult franchise, option B. Elected by the members of the state legislative assemblies, option C. Elected by the members of the state legislative councils, option D. Elected by the members of the state legislative councils and state legislative assemblies. The correct answer is option B. Elected by the members of the state legislative assemblies. Members of Rajya Sabha are elected by the elected members of the assemblies of states and union territories in accordance with the system of proportional representation by means of the single transferable vote. Question number 17. The President addresses both the Houses of Parliament assembled together. Option A. During emergency session summoned for the purpose. Option B. Every session. Option C. First session after each general election and the first session of each year. Option D. Any session. The correct answer is option C. First session after each general election and the first session of each year. In the case of the first session after each general election to Lok Sabha, the President addresses both Houses of Parliament assembled together after the members have made and subscribed the oath or affirmation and the Speaker has been elected. It takes generally 2 days to complete these preliminaries. Question number 18. The President can dissolve the Lok Sabha on option A. Advice of the Prime Minister. Option B. Advice of the Chief Justice of India. Option C. Recommendation of Lok Sabha. Option D. Recommendation of the Rajya Sabha. The correct answer is option A. Advice of the Prime Minister. Yes. Our Constitution gives the power to dissolve Lok Sabha to the President, but Article 74 states that President will act on the advice of PM and his Council of Ministers. It means he can dissolve Lok Sabha if PM advises him to do so. Question number 19. The members of the Rajya Sabha are elected for a term, option A, of 6 years, option B, determined by the State Legislative Assembly of a state, option C, of 4 years, option D, none of the above. The correct answer is option A, of 6 years. Rajya Sabha is a permanent house and is not subject to dissolution. However, 1/3 members of Rajya Sabha retire after every second year. A member who is elected for a full term serves for a period of 6 years. Question number 20. The position of a chief minister is option A, similar to that of the prime minister, option B, identical to that of the president, option C, a combination of the position of the Prime Minister and President. Option D, not constitutional. The correct answer is option A, similar to that of the Prime Minister. The Chief Minister holds a key position in the administration of the state and his position is similar to the position of the Prime Minister at the center. He is the effective head of the state government. It is upon his recommendation that ministers are appointed. He allocates portfolios to the ministers. Question number 21. The President can advance money to meet unforeseen expenses, pending authorization by Parliament, from option A, the Consolidated Fund of India, option B, the Contingency Fund, option C, both the above funds, option D, none of the above. The correct answer is option B, the Contingency Fund. Contingency Fund is created as an impressed account to meet some urgent or unforeseen expenditure of the government. Description: this fund was constituted by the government under Article 267 of the Constitution of India. This fund is at the disposal of the President. Question number 22. The objectives resolution which laid down the main objectives to guide the deliberations of the Assembly was moved by option A, Sardar Patel, option B, Jawaharlal Nehru, option C, K.M. Munshi, option D, B.R. Ambedkar. The correct answer is option B, Jawaharlal Nehru. The legislatures elected under the 1935 Act operated within the framework of colonial rule and were responsible to the governor appointed by the British. The vision that Nehru was trying to outline on the 13th of December 1946 was of the constitution of an independent, sovereign Republic of India. Question number 23. The prerequisite for the enforcement of directive principles of the state policy is option A, an effective, Hones government, option B, socialist government, option C, active opposition, option D, adequate resources. The correct answer is option D, adequate resources. The directive principles ensure that the state shall strive to promote the welfare of the people by securing a social order in which social, economic and political justice is animated/informed in all institutions of life per Article 38(1). Question number 24. The President can expend out of the Contingency Fund of India. Option A, only with the approval of the Parliament. Option B, without the approval of the Parliament. Option C, only in the case of the national calamities. Option D, none of the above. The correct answer is option B, without the approval of the Parliament. The fund has been placed at the disposal of the President, who can make advances out of the fund to meet unforeseen expenditure. Thank you for watching the video. If you'd like practice this quiz, then download the Wonderslate app now. Link in the description below. If you have any suggestion for us, feel free to leave comments. If you liked the video and want to see more of it, hit the thumbs up and don't forget to click on subscribe button to get more updates of the future videos.